Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Valley Voices. Very excited to talk to my guest and Valley Voices MVV, that's Most Valuable Voice of this month. And her name is Suki. Suki is a fit fly educator, mompreneur, graves warrior, and owner. I know she does a lot. This woman is busy, y'all. She is owner also of Beyond.Fitness.Nutrition at 420 Chestnut in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. I met Suki on IG when she invited me to teach line dancing at her weekly fit camp. Through working together, I got to know her work here in the Lehigh Valley and beyond. And she is truly a light, truly a star. And she's going to be talking about a lot of great things today. We're going to talk about her journey from teen mom to top boss and fitness queen. We're going to talk about it never being late to start doing what you love. And we're going to talk about the difference between gentle parenting and perspective parenting. So stay tuned because our episode starts in 3, 2, 1. I'm here with the OG player. Nah,
Play
not all
player from
that.
the Himalayas.
How are you feeling today?
I feel good. I feel good, and thank you for the accolades. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would pop your collar. We're killing it out here in the Lehigh Valley. It's been 10 years plus, and Suki has been building
Thank you.
and making such a big impact. I was
Yeah.
teaching line dancing, and then he was like, "You want to come over?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." Like, I had just started that. I don't know if
Okay.
you know, but
No, I didn't.
that was like a big step for me in and of itself to just say, "Oh, this is something I'm doing a lot. I guess maybe it's starting the summer. Maybe somebody will like it."
Yeah.
I did it once or twice,
Doesn't show.
and then you're hitting me up, and I go over to your account, and I'm like, "Who is this person?" Like, the OG. Who is this person? And then I'm seeing, damn, like, oh, this is an established person here. I read a little bit more, 10K followers to my like humble one
It's a
eight.
humble 10K. It's a humble 10K.
It's going on 11 right now. Y'all about to make it go through the roof right now. It better be 20 next time I check it. But like, I was like, who is this person? So I snuck in your class. I was
It's the
like,
snuck in for
let me
me.
see what she really like. So snuck in, and I think I spoke to you like before I left.
Mhm.
And yeah, right off the bat, like just super warm. I think like I didn't have like the materials that most of the people had to like, cause they knew
First
what to
time.
bring.
Yeah.
I didn't get the text. I get the text now. But
You knew.
if you don't, if you
If
know,
you
then
know,
you
you
know.
know.
If you don't
But if you
know,
know, you know.
you should find out.
That's right.
So I get the text now, but back then I didn't know to bring that. So I come in and she's like handing me things. I'm not asking, like, and just didn't know who I was, but just really open and warm towards me. And that's how she is with everybody. And that's really refreshing to see, like a leader, someone who makes it look effortless, but it's genuine. That's why it looks
Thank
effortless.
you.
It comes
Very
from the
much
heart.
appreciate it.
Now, I want to go on and on. And I am going to go on and just pour into Suki, and
I
just
appreciate that.
compliment because damn, like you're out here helping people feel good about themselves in a holistic way, like physically, emotionally. If we could talk a bit about your journey,
Sure.
if we could start from like childhood, like you said, you grew up in
The Bronx.
New
South
York,
Bronx. Yeah.
South Bronx. So what's a
South Bronx,
summer in
baby.
South Bronx like?
Outside.
Outside, yeah.
South Bronx in the summertime is outside, no
Was it
matter
really like
what
Spike Lee
age.
said?
It's exactly like Spike Lee said.
It looks
It's a good
cinematic, yeah.
upbringing. It was a good upbringing. I don't feel like I lacked anything despite what it might look like on the outside, but
Mhm.
my memories are fond of
What
my
was your
childhood.
thing as a kid? Like,
Just to be outside and just to
yeah.
have fun. Summer was about being outside from sun up to sundown.
You
Not like these
heard
kids
me?
now, you gotta make them go outside. They
Yeah.
complain the whole time, "It's hot, it's this." We didn't care how
Mhm.
hot it was. We didn't care if we didn't go to the bathroom. We didn't care if we didn't eat. Like, you just wanted to be outside and you were afraid of what you were
Yeah.
gonna miss. I know
You run
now
in and run out.
I wouldn't even
Yeah.
go to my house. You would
Oh
go
my
across the
god.
street to somebody else's house and ask
Yeah.
their grandmother, "Can you go to the bathroom?"
Right.
Because I already knew Once you
Wash your
went
hands.
inside, yep, that's it. Once you go in the house and you slam my grandmother's door too many times, you're in the house.
Got you.
No, you haven't
That's true.
eaten. I haven't seen you all day. You inside. So I just knew, don't go inside
Oh,
until they
okay.
came looking for me. Just don't go
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
You went any place but inside.
You was counting the times like, "This is my second time going in. I don't
I
know. I
wasn't
might
even
have
gonna
to
count. I just didn't
let's go over
go.
here."
You don't go into Pauline's house in the summertime and left flies inside her screen door and think that you're going back
Nah, not with
outside.
that name. Pauline's
No,
don't play.
Pauline didn't play that. Okay, don't slam her door and don't let flies in her house.
You
That's
got
all
the
I know.
accent for sure. If I didn't know that you're from New York, I definitely would've known by talking to you. Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
The Bronx of me.
We got shout outs to the New Yorkers out here. Mhm.
In retrospect, looking back, it was a tough neighborhood. This
Mhm.
is like early '80s when the drug
Mhm.
infestation in New York
Meanwhile,
was wild, and meanwhile, we're, like, playing across the street, like,
kids
you know what
got
I mean?
play.
We weren't phased. We weren't phased. It was just
Yeah.
what you saw, it's what you had become desensitized to,
Mhm.
and you just had the rules, like, you knew what not to do, where not to go, where not to be, and you knew not to leave the block. Like, you can
Mm.
go to the corner.
Can you see the house?
Can you see the house? Can your grandmother see you? And you knew that much. And then
Yep.
it's just different, the upbringing. There was so many kids.
Mhm.
There was tons and tons of us just running up and down. Like, it would be 20 and 30 of us deep playing around. It wasn't like there was one kid in the
Oh
neighborhood.
goodness.
It was just all of us, and everybody
It
knew
was a different time
everybody.
for
It
real.
just was a different time. Like, you went up the block, you already knew not to step your toe on the corner 'cause Mildred, somebody else's grandmother, was on the corner, and
Not too far.
when she wasn't playing, "I tell your
Yeah.
grandmother," like, so that's what you claim it, like, you would hear your
Yes.
name being called by everybody, so there was no getting away with anything. Growing up, I just like I said, just a regular kid. I just didn't have any fears or, just no real conscience of what could be going around me or what was.
Mhm.
We just legitimately were having a good time. My highlight of the day was like looking forward to Mr. Sophie coming down the block and going around the corner to get bread. And every
Mhm.
now and then, if your parents had a car or a friend with a car, you go to Right Playland. That's what summer was. Even if you got to go
That
once.
sounds like a great childhood.
I thought so, like, you know what I mean? It made for a well-rounded individual, and then I came
Mhm.
from a Caribbean household, so
Mhm.
there's no spare the rod, spoil the child. You
Mhm.
had what you needed. Sometimes you got what you wanted, and
Mhm.
you were grateful for it. We didn't know to complain or to be upset or to
Mhm.
compare. You were just content. We were
Mhm.
taught to be content with what we had and where we were.
And you said you grew up around educators too.
Family full
Nice.
of educators, all women,
Wow.
all women.
So all different grades too?
So my aunts, of course, were older than me.
Yeah.
I'm the firstborn grandchild, and I'm the
Mhm.
oldest, of course, of all the cousins. My family, you were either a nurse or
Yeah.
you were an educator. My mother was an
Mhm.
RN. My grandmother was a paraprofessional.
Mhm.
My eldest aunt was a social worker. And then my youngest aunt was an educator who I was the closest to. And I think because she was the youngest. To this day, we're still very
Mhm.
close. I'm closer to her than I am to my own mother.
Mm.
Yeah.
As long as it goes that
Shout out to
way.
Auntie Bev. Love you.
Yeah. I thought we could talk to people about certain things that might be too sensitive with someone else.
My memories of childhood are mainly of my grandmother and my aunt, and that's because my mom had me at a young
Mhm.
age. She was a
Mhm.
teenage mom as well, like myself,
Mhm.
but I remember my mom studying. Like, that's what my memories were of her, sitting at the dining
Mhm.
room table in my grandparents' house with her head in the books, and that's
Yeah.
where she stood.
Mhm.
I remember the highlighter to the point that when I would try to read books,
Mhm.
in my mind, that's how you read a book. You had to have a highlighter, and you had to read to yourself. So I remember
Yeah.
reading and being like,
Uh-huh.
because that's what I
Right off the bat.
remember seeing my mom doing, even if I didn't know the words. So
Yeah.
just mimicking what she was doing,
Mhm.
like those are all my memories of her studying. And the next memory was her college graduation at
Mhm.
Baruch College in
Mhm.
the Bronx.
Yeah.
And before you knew it, she was off to nursing school. My mother worked nights, so I didn't see
Mhm.
her very often. So like I said, my
Mhm.
grandmother and my youngest aunt, of course, were home, and my grandfather. My mom
Mhm.
was working, she worked nights. I remember her leaving as I was coming home from school.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get to really start to have to build a relationship with my mom until I was actually a teenager, which is kinda
Okay,
tough. It's almost
interesting.
like receiving a child at 14
Yeah.
and trying to learn
It's
that
a
child
lot
at it's a
to
lot. I feel bad
yeah.
now looking back, like, "Dang, that was really hard for her," and I was a tough
Mm.
teenager.
Yeah?
I was a tough one.
We gonna get into that a little
Very
bit.
determined, very stubborn, very adamant
Yeah.
about having my way,
I mean, there was
experience
always
things.
structure, let's be clear.
Yeah,
Even though you were at home and
correct.
maybe mom was at work, but there was
Oh, yeah.
structure
I knew
and
not to play with
very
Diane.
y
You don't play with Diane.
okay.
My mother did not have to speak to me. There were
Mhm.
signals I already knew. When you came home from school and you saw
Mhm.
Tide and rolls of quarters, that man go wash the clothes. She ain't asked me. That man
Yeah.
go wash the clothes, and I
Okay.
knew they better be done, folded, and put away by the time
Mhm.
she came home.
Take that chicken out the
That's
freezer.
it. If she left the chicken out, that man cook it.
Oh, okay.
So my mother still can't cook to
Yeah.
this day. I just want to point that
Oh,
out there.
oh,
I had
it's
to learn how to cook.
personal.
Oh, it's
It's
personal.
personal.
To this day, my mother cannot cook unless it's from a
I don't
recipe.
know. I feel like we should be able to throw together a
If she
decent
doesn't have a
turkey, decent
recipe,
bird.
it does
No?
not come together. She needs a recipe. You gotta tell her how much of this,
Where'd you get
how much
yours
of
then?
that. By being home, child,
You was trying it out. It was
I was
trial and error.
home, yeah, latchkey
You was
kid.
like, yeah.
I remember cooking and everything tastes the same. It didn't matter what kind of meat it was, but I learned.
Hey,
That's where it came from. And then watching in the kitchen, I just remember watching my grandfather throw everything in the pot. I remember watching my grandmother.
Mm,
I would pick string beans with her from our garden. Like I remember those kinds of
mm.
things, and those are the things that stood with me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Diane didn't play. You came home, there was a grocery list with money down to the quarter, and bring her change and use the
Mhm.
coupon. And don't buy yourself,
Change is very important.
go straight from the list. But my
Mhm.
mother had unsaid rules, unsaid
Okay.
rules. So I already knew you come in,
Mhm.
see if she left something, and on the very rare occasion that it was not something to do, you
Mm.
can attempt to be outside for a little while. And I mean attempt. Because the phone was already ringing. I was like, I didn't put my book bag down. She
Oh,
already calling me?
really?
Oh yeah, on the dot. I was like, I wonder how many times she called. I used to try to test it.
For those of you who don't know, it's called a landline. Alright?
Yes.
Like, you could
You
be
can
at
have
home
a
and not have a cell
I
phone.
wasn't allowed to have a sky pager. My mother was not with that. She felt like that was not appropriate for a
Landline.
young lady
I
to
want
have
a
a beeper.
landline.
It was a landline phone. My mother's thing was, "I don't have to reach you outside because you should be in the house." So I didn't need a beeper or anything else like that. Yes, mom, I remember.
And so
Very
then you grew up
diligently.
super you was well, like, she trained you how to do
She
everything
did.
on your own,
It
self-sufficient.
also breeded a lot of animosity. I will say that because I
Mm.
always felt like I didn't have a chance to be a kid because I was so busy being more responsible than a lot of
Mhm.
my friends. So, like, a lot of my friends
Mm.
were going to parties, they were going to the Fleva, sneaking into the clubs, and I would
Mm.
ask my mother, and I'd be like, "Ma, please, I'll never forget, I'll
Mhm.
never forget." There was a party
Mhm.
in the apartment across from us, like, you could see their balcony from ours, and I
Not
was
even
like,
across the
"Mom,"
street.
I was like, "I'll stand on the balcony all night, please." She was like, "You ain't going to that party? And don't ask again." And she was serious. I did not make it to that party. And the next
Dang.
day, everybody was talking about it. I was the one
Yeah.
person who didn't go. But, it did breed a lot of resentment
Yeah.
which is why I said I was a difficult teen because I had gotten to the point where I just decided Imma see some things and I'm
Mhm.
experience life, and
I'm glad we came full circle on that because I'm like,
that's what I did.
you was were you in the South Bronx even through your
Yes.
teenage years?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Went to Catholic schools. My mother didn't believe in public education, so a lot of structure, a lot of structure.
Mhm.
But like I said,
In
it built a
school, at
at
home.
school, at home, it built a lot of resentment because as you become a teenager, you start to compare. I could
Mhm.
see things that some other friends were able to do and the things that they were able to have. And I remember resenting it like, wait a minute, but there's three of them. She have all these siblings. How come she can X, Y, and Z? And I'm the only one you got. And I kind of like,
Mm.
I remember my mother used to be like, what do you need extra clothes for? You go to Catholic school, you got
Mhm.
5 uniforms and an extra one just in case for
Yeah, you
Sunday.
got everything you
For
need.
Sunday school, you got everything you need. So my mom was tough. She was tough. But I really believe now, looking back, she thought she was really doing the right thing. And
Mhm.
I think she was trying to prevent me from doing what she did, which was have a baby at 16, which I did
Mhm.
anyway. I had a baby at 16.
As much as you
Lo and
try to
behold,
control somebody,
yes,
people will make
yes.
their own decisions.
Which
Yeah.
is why my parenting is just a different style of parenting with my own children.
Is it gentle parenting?
I wouldn't say it's gentle parenting. I would say it's reasonable parenting within reason. Gentle parenting would not work for
So it's
me.
not gentle
It's
parenting.
not
It's
gentle
that gentle.
parenting.
It's on the
It's
barrier.
more of a
Yeah.
perspective parenting because I've been
Mm.
there. I've seen some things,
Yeah.
and like my mother trying to prevent some things, you
Mhm.
wanna have the best outcome, and you also have to give your children room to make mistakes. My mother didn't give me room to make
Mm.
mistakes, so
Mm. I seen that all throughout the church. I'm a church baby.
okay.
PK. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me,
No judgment.
God working on me, all that. But PK kid, I seen it all my life. The ones that's most sheltered, when I'm not saying this is me. I'm
Give
not
us
saying
the minute you
just so
give
you
us feet.
know,
That was me.
somebody else
Give us
that I
feet,
know.
and I was outside every chance I got. I had learned to outsmart her in her own structure. Oh, yeah, wash the laundry, no problem. See, what you do is you go get 2 friends. I'm up let me not tell these teenagers this.
Oh, I don't know.
I had learned that if you go get 2 friends
Mhm,
and you
mhm.
go wash the laundry.
This is not the first time you telling me how to finesse,
No,
so
you wash the laundry, and you and them
yeah,
2 friends
yeah.
can get it washed, folded, put away hours before you can do it yourself. Same thing with
Mhm.
grocery shopping, you split the list in half. One
Mm.
person go here, one person you get a third even better. You
Yeah.
finish it half the time, and now you got time to be outside. Telling you, this is why with my own children, I'm like, I'm not gonna try to play myself and put my foot down too hard.
Mm.
Imma give them a little bit of leeway with some
Yeah,
structure,
yeah.
and let's see what you do with it.
You feel like they come to you more often with things like that?
They do, and I think because there's no fear of my saying no initially, they know
Mhm.
that they can at least reason with me. There's not a
Mhm.
promise that the answer is gonna be yes,
Yeah,
but they know they can be like, "So, hey, mom,"
yeah.
come with the facts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
My kids don't go everywhere.
Mhm.
I'm not that mom. I
Yeah.
need to at least know the parent, know what's going on. I'm much more comfortable that way,
Mhm.
and if there is no parent, then I shall be there. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so you wanna go to movies? No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll
I'm
be
like
right I'll drop you
yeah.
off,
Mm.
and I'll be outside till you come outside. Where you
You've
wanna go
done that?
next? Oh, yeah. I'll wait.
Mhm.
I'll go shop around, whatever, while
I'm
she
like,
goes to
I
the
know they
movies.
might be annoyed by that, but to me, that's like, you
You
really
still
care.
inside.
Like, that's a lot of love.
They won't you gonna read about mine. Not if I can help it. Like I said, I really truly believe I know everything happened exactly how it needed to when I
Mhm.
look back in retrospect, even the hard stuff,
Yeah.
everything shaped, molded, formed, forged
Mhm.
me to be who I am
Yeah.
today.
So we're now at the point where you've had or you're having your
Yeah.
first child. What's that what's that experience? What was that experience like for you?
It was so tumultuous for both of us. For both of us. It was really, really hard. There was a
Mhm.
lot of resentment. There
Mm.
was a lot of anger. It was just a really tough time, I think, for both of us. I think she was disappointed. I
Mm.
know that now. I think she was very disappointed, not just in me with herself, because I think she felt like
Mhm.
she had did everything she could to prevent that from happening, and it happened anyway. And then the teenager that I was, there was no reasoning with me. There was
Mm.
like, I was just like, and
Mhm.
so this is what I'm doing,
Mhm.
and you're not gonna help me? Cool, I'll
Mhm.
figure it out. I was that teenager, don't tell me there's something that I can't do,
Okay.
because I will prove you wrong.
Yeah.
No matter how painful it was for me, and it was painful, but I was adamant about proving her wrong that I can do this,
Mhm.
and then I was angry because I was like, I felt like at the time, I did the same thing you did. "What do you mean I can't stay here?
Mm.
What do you mean I have to figure it out. Like, what do you mean you don't support this? Like, what are you talking about?" And I was like, you know what? I'll go figure it out on my own. It's me and my
Yeah.
baby against the world.
Right.
And
Yeah.
she called my bluff. I thought she would
Mm.
cave, and I think at some point she thought that I would cave. And both of us
Mhm.
being stubborn, neither one of us caved.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I went up going to find my way.
Why does it end up like that? Like, the most stubborn
It needed to
most
happen
stubborn
that
people
way.
will somehow they'll be
It needed to happen this way, like, just from my mom and her own Christian journey, it
Mhm.
needed to happen that way because God really worked on her at that place where she didn't have me to
Mhm.
manage, to, having her hair and deal with
Mhm.
all the difficulty that
Bet you
came
miss me.
along with me. Yeah, so God dealt with her, and you know what I mean? And then was also covering me,
Yeah.
and I'm sure she was praying. I'm sure
Oh,
she
yeah.
still does.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the outcome was gonna be. Like I said, I was too dumb to be afraid, I think. I was too young and too dumb to be afraid and to be like and think about all the what ifs and what could happen. I was just adamant about proving her wrong. And
Mm.
that's where my mind
Sheer
stood
spite.
for
Not you
so
living for
long.
spite.
For so long, like,
Living out
too
of spite.
long. Literally, I think I was like that till I was, like,
Wow.
19 because we went for a period where I didn't talk to her. We didn't talk for very, very many years,
Oh,
you know what I
shit.
mean? A little bit here and there when I was carrying my son.
Mhm.
Of course, after she
Mhm.
came to see him because I had moved out of the state with my baby daddy,
Mhm.
whatever have you,
Oh,
so I had to
word?
finish school. Yeah, I finished school in
Mm.
Lumberton, North Carolina. 'Cause
Of
that's where
all
his
places,
of all
where is
places,
this?
in Lumberton, somewhere in the Kakalakis, okay?
I have no idea
But
where
that's
this
where
is,
his
y'all.
mother was, that's
Mhm.
where the opportunity was for
Mhm.
me, and to me, it seemed like a win-win. I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, she's saying she's gonna help, well, I'm gonna go where the help is,"
That's a
and that's
far
what I did.
trip.
Wasn't afraid, didn't give it a thought. I just was like, "Okay." The only concern I had was
Mhm.
not finishing school because I wasn't
Mhm.
studious. I was an
Mhm.
honor roll student, I did good grades, my mother never had to worry about me so far as grades in school. There were other worries, but she
That's
didn't
the
have to
weird
worry
part.
about
It's
that.
just like, I thought that most people will say, like or be super strict because they're worried about grades. So, to say Are you telling me, like, you had amazing grades and still, like, you didn't have that freedom to go and explore
No,
as a teenager?
my mom just didn't see it that way. She saw it as this is what your job is, to do well in school
Mm,
and to forge your future. Like, that's what you should be
mhm,
focused on. And then while until that happens, I'm gonna try to keep you on the straight and narrow. And that was her way of kind of doing it. Like she felt like she was ruling with an iron fist. And
mhm.
I was just like, this is harsh. Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I want to do what everybody else is doing. Like,
yeah.
what their parents letting them do it. Why can't I? I was like, you won't even let me see. Like,
Did she know that you were going to North Carolina before you
I
left?
told her.
Okay.
I think she was relieved because she also didn't know how it was going to turn out
Mhm,
or if she would even be able to manage me as a mom. She had a hard enough time just managing me as a teenager. So I think the unknown for her was very scary.
mhm.
And I think that she was relieved and that way we were both relieved. So like
Yeah,
I said, it worked out. I didn't have no
okay.
qualms about going and she didn't have any qualms about letting me go.
Alright.
But it worked out.
You moved to Lumberton, North Carolina.
Lumberton,
You
North
arrived
Carolina.
there.
Get there, fully pregnant. I think I was
Yeah.
7 months pregnant at the
Mhm.
time. Went to school,
Mhm.
had my baby, graduated
Yeah.
with my son on my hip.
Yeah.
And then at some point, when I got older, I think he was maybe 1 or 2,
Mhm.
decided we were gonna come back up to New York, and that's what we
Okay.
did. So,
Oh, okay.
that's how I got to Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So South
I done
Bronx.
been around. I done been everywhere.
Then we went from South Bronx to Lumberton. Then we went back
Mhm,
to
Lumberton, New
New
York, up to
York,
Long
but
Island, yeah.
yeah, and where you stayed there for how
Yeah,
long,
that's why I
did you
stood
say?
there for until I moved here. I lived in
Oh,
Long
yeah?
Island, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spent more
Right?
time in the Bronx. That the Bronx was
Yeah.
forged in me, so we weren't in Lumberton that long.
Mm.
Long Island, I already was a Bronx girl, so
Why did you choose to come back to New York?
I feel like there really wasn't anything in
Mhm.
Lumberton. I did
It
graduate high
sounds like
school,
it, to be fair.
2
Lumberton
traffic
sound
lights,
like
2 traffic lights,
yeah,
2 traffic lights,
it's
no
that type of
mall. You cross the tracks, you're in Red Springs, like, it was really, really small.
okay.
Really, really small. I just didn't see there being a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah.
I had gotten a scholarship offer to, like, my dream college, but I had a
Mhm.
baby. It wasn't something I was able to take
Yeah.
advantage of, and the I never said it, but in myself, I was just like, "If you could just get out of here,
Mhm.
there'll be another opportunity. It may not be that one, but there'll be another
Were
because you're
you
not
always
gonna get
like
it
that?
here."
Where it's just like
Very
nothing's going to get you
optimistic.
down.
Just
Yeah.
always, like I said, just very fearless. I don't remember
Mhm.
ever feeling fear about anything. Like, I look back now and I'm
Mhm.
just like, "That was bad," and I don't remember I would
Yeah.
be fearful now
Yeah.
because I had a little bit more common sense, I think, and I've lived a little bit more,
Yeah.
but as a teenager, I don't remember being fearless about things. I might have cried because it was painful
Mhm.
or shameful or hurtful, but
Mhm.
never feeling much fear, and I
Yeah.
done been through my share of some things I should have been afraid of. I just
Mhm.
always felt like if you could just get through this,
Mhm.
then on the other side of this, there's gotta be something.
That's literally how you tackle everything. It's just like, wow. I mean, you confront things face on.
Head on.
I mean,
You either gonna pass or fail. It's the inevitable. It's one or the other. I mean,
mhm,
plan to win, hope to win, and if you fail, then you pick yourself back up.
can't win if you don't
Try. You
play.
gotta try. You gotta do
Yeah.
it. You gotta do it. You gotta see it before you see it.
If it's something that is really difficult, I know it's gonna be difficult to face, I'm gonna procrastinate facing that thing as much as I can.
Really.
Not always,
Okay.
but, sometimes. So, for example, it may be really difficult to maybe deal with some feelings about something or something practical like, editing footage. I might be like, "I know this is gonna be this is gonna be
Okay.
a day and a half," and it just feels overwhelming, and then I end up putting it off just because I don't wanna think about it. Have you had times like that or situations like
Not
that?
very many because the fear of letting it get away from me, I was like, "You need to do this
Yeah.
now."
Oh, it
You
overpowers it, yeah.
yeah, you need to do this now, and I'm a person who does not like confrontation, believe it or
Mhm,
not, I'm not
mhm.
confrontational, I don't like confrontation.
I don't get this whole thing where people are like, "Suki's me." I
A
don't
lot
get
of
that
people
at
think
all.
that, I've been getting that since high
I
school.
was so shocked when you told me that because it's just like the way
Or
we
intense,
met.
and the word that I hear a lot is intense, a lot of people they see me
That's a
as
compliment.
intense.
I
Yeah?
think that's a compliment.
Okay, okay, I wasn't sure, I
You should
was
say
just like
thank you,
okay.
if they tell you
I'll
that.
look at it differently, I'll look at it
Yeah.
differently. But I've heard intense, I've heard mean, I've heard, "Ooh," like, or you can see where they're kinda, like, taken aback, like,
Mhm.
"Oh, like, okay."
What I hear them saying is, "You're a coach."
I
They
am,
don't know it.
I
That's all
am.
it is. But intense, mean, I don't know, maybe bossy, saying these are like characteristics of a coach. This is literally the goal is to, despite how you feel,
Get it done.
we're going to get a
We're
job
gonna
done
get it
here.
done. We came to do some work. That's what we're
Believe
gonna
it.
do.
If you come to fit camp every
Come to
Saturday,
work
9 o'clock,
and don't be late.
you're going to feel it tomorrow. So you move back to Long Island
Mhm.
and you stay there until you move
Yeah.
to PA.
Yeah, I lived in Long Island all those years. That's where my son grew up, and that's where my daughter grew up.
What's it like? I don't have no idea what Long Island is like.
Suburbs.
It's a
The
it's a
suburbs.
literal island. So
Yeah.
can you see like the sea from any part of
Not
the
from where I was. I mean, I was
Mhm.
in Brentwood originally. Before I moved here, I lived in Bayshore. We were by a marina,
What's
like so.
that? Is that like an aquarium?
No, it's like I guess you say that almost like a mini lake. There's
Oh.
boats, there's
Oh.
restaurants and things like that.
Okay.
So Long Island is cool, you know what I mean? It served its purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
It helped me do what I need to do.
It was a
Shout out to Long
stopping point.
Island. It was a stopping point, is exactly
Yeah,
what it was. But, shout out to Long Island, met some good people, did some great things, finished school,
and wrapped it up.
and wrapped it up. That's it,
Yeah.
literally.
Are you telling me that you had, like, the surgery or
Yeah, I had my
you
tubes
did?
tied after my last.
Wait, I feel like yeah, I think maybe you did tell me
I
before
did
now that I think
God said,
about
"Be
it.
fruitful and multiply." I did it 4 times.
Yeah,
I think that I did my
did your
job.
part,
I
yeah.
deserve to
You made a small army.
yes.
You made a small army,
I
so
listen, I did my job,
yeah.
and I'm raising them, so I'm good.
Yeah.
That's it, party done.
Wrapped it up, went and then why Pennsylvania?
By accident,
By accident?
by accident.
How do you accidentally move to a certain
Hurricane
location?
Sandy.
Mm.
Yeah. So we had to
What's the
leave I
story
had
here?
to leave the area that I was in the house that I was in because of just the damage,
I
whatever
remember
have
that, it
you.
was horrible.
It was not easy. We came here by accident. I didn't have flood insurance because I
Okay.
didn't live in a flood zone.
Right.
So whenever happened, there was really nothing to recoup. I was smart
Ah.
enough to have some type of supplemental insurance. And they
Mhm.
called one day and they were like, we found a suite for you. You can stay there
Mm.
for X amount of time. This is
Mm.
how big it is. And I was like, great. Like,
Mhm.
this is fantastic because it was tough to find housing.
Mm.
Everybody had jacked up the prices. So you're talking in 2012, 13, $3,000 rent in 2012. Like, that's a lot now, so imagine, like, then, like, it was wild, and this was not a lot less, so the woman says what she says, and I'm like, "Great, where is it?" And she said, "Allentown, Pennsylvania," and I hung up the phone.
Wow.
I said, "Because this fool."
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. This fool and I was not in the mood. I was like, "This fool has definitely lost her mind because do they not look at the paperwork? Like, I know you didn't
Yeah.
call me in New
You were
York."
looking for New York only, or did you
Yes.
not wanna go to any
No.
place further in New Jersey?
No, I don't wanna go no place but New York, is where
Oh,
I
okay,
live.
okay.
So I'm like, Allentown, Pennsylvania, I don't even know where that's at. I was like, "Why
Yeah.
would you even
Yeah,
present
yeah,
that to me?"
yeah.
And then just kinda thought about it and it was like, "Let's go, like, we ain't doing nothing, like, make a vacation out of it." They
From
said
Long
they're gonna pay
Island.
for it, why not?
Yeah.
So we go and we're right by Airport Road. I think it was like a
Mhm.
Days Inn or something like that that's over there.
Yeah.
Get there and chilling, whatever have you, looking in the newspaper, and there's like houses for rent in a place called Fountain Hill. It
Mhm.
says 5-bedroom historic home for $1,200. Now, by New York standards, that's like
How?
quarters.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? Because in New York, you can't get nothing for $1,200 even in 2012. So I was
Right.
like, this is the hood. Like, I want to see what the hood looks like in Fountain Hill,
Okay.
Pennsylvania. I am going to go and see. And it was beautiful
Wait
tree
a
lined
minute.
streets.
This is spite again at work.
It
Just
was beautiful. It had tree lined streets. There was a beautiful park. The cops were standing outside of
Mhm.
Wawa drinking coffee. I ain't never seen, I'm from the
Oh,
Bronx.
what?
I ain't never seen this only happens in television. Then I was like, you know what? Nah, if you really want to know a neighborhood, you come at the night because you could really tell a neighborhood by the night. The daytime,
Okay.
they ain't everybody hiding. The
Tips to
real the
people
real ain't
moving.
going on during the day. You gotta go at
Yeah.
nighttime. And it was quieter. There were even more cops in front of Wawa.
What?
And I was like, "This is crazy.
Yeah.
Now I wanna see this house." So I go for the tour.
Alright.
House is beautiful, has original glass doorknobs, it has stained glass, it's got a smoking
It's a
room,
relic.
it's
This is
beautiful, it's got 2 living rooms with double doors, it's got these beautiful archways, hardwood floors that are just shining and calling my name.
yeah.
It's just a beautiful wraparound porch, which is something I always saw myself having, like a big Georgia
Yeah, yeah,
house,
yeah.
and I was like, Lord, this is
Mm,
amazing.
yeah.
Are you telling me
Uh,
something?
ye
Absolutely not. It's not what I'm telling you,
What?
but I did it anyway. I was like, "Is this a sign? Because how else would this happen? Like, why else
Yeah.
would I be here? Like, this has gotta be God, because what are the chances of them calling me and sending me all the way to Pennsylvania from Long Island? Like, it's gotta be the right
Mhm.
thing to do." And I literally had just received, like, just enough money to make that
For that,
happen.
yeah.
Just enough money. Now, all the things I didn't consider, my commute to my job in Far
Mm.
Rockaway, Queens, as
That
a
part.
teacher,
Mm.
the whole career that I worked for. Yeah, didn't take
How
that
you
into
not
account. Yeah,
what?
young and dumb, like, just not thinking through all of hype. I was so excited
How
about this
far is
house.
that?
It was a 4-hour commute. I would leave the house at
I
4 in the
wasn't ready
morning.
for that number.
4 in
What?
the morning, I would get up, and that still sometimes didn't make it to work on time at 8 o'clock. Girl, the traffic was horrible. Then I had to do the same
I'm
thing.
squinting thinking about that. I
Then I had to do the
what?
same thing on the way home, and I did it for 2 years. Did it for 2 years.
Was the second easier?
No, it sucked even more. I was, like, nauseous, sick. I didn't even wanna go to work
Mm.
anymore. I was like, "There's gotta be a better way."
Every time you say something, I'm just like, "Who am I sitting next to?" This person just like
Layers, there are layers, there are
this
layers.
is someone who would build the ark. If
I don't
God
talk a lot
said to
about myself.
build,
If God told me to do it, Imma do it well,
you
and
would
I'm do
build
exactly how he
yeah.
told me to, because I know now, listen the first time.
Mm.
A lot of things were lessons, and I just took them as phases. I didn't know any better,
Mhm,
but as my
mhm,
walk with God got stronger and as he kept showing me, and it got to a point too where I started to notice it took me a while, hard head, you know what they say about
mhm.
a hard head. It took me a while, but a lot of things I was going through, I didn't even realize, like, this feels familiar. Like,
There's a
haven't you
cycle.
done this before?
Yeah.
Like, I was literally doing the same thing, just with a different person or in a different
Mhm,
house or with another baby or with
mhm,
another degree. Like, literally just doing the
mhm.
same things and falling into the same cycles and pitfalls until I had
Yeah,
matured enough, not just in myself, but in my spirituality, to
mhm,
like really sit still and listen
mm.
and realize what was happening around me
Yeah,
and look at the things that I was missing and the wrong choices that I was making. So I could have some direction in my life. I have some order to my steps.
yeah.
And when I really just kind of stopped being in control because I was so adamant all my life about being in control,
Mm,
that's when things just started to be easier and things just started to happen the way they were supposed to. And it just got easy. And I'm not saying life is
mhm.
not easy, but God really just made things easy. Like where one opportunity would fall through, I would get a phone call an hour later that would fix the situation I was stressed over.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Can't
Yeah,
live in this house. Oh God, what are we gonna do?
yeah.
Somebody called, hey, we are from such and such, and you called. I don't remember calling, but okay, show it to me. Like, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
literally, that's how things have been from that point on. So I've just learned, just listen the first time.
Mm,
And when things get tough, I'm like, what are you trying to teach me, Lord? I said, because I want to
mm,
learn this quick, because I don't want to do this over and over again. And just really trying to be sensitive to what it is He's calling me to do,
mhm.
making sure I'm choosing the right things, working with the right people,
Yeah.
also being open enough to, welcome people in. And because you have to realize that this is
Mhm.
heart work. This is heart work. And if you're working with
I
your
love that
heart,
term.
yeah, it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy because it's a call that requires you sometimes to be in spaces where you don't necessarily maybe even feel like it, or you're tired yourself, or your
Mhm,
body hurts yourself, or I want to sleep.
mhm, mhm.
And I have to get up, and these are the things that have to be done because it's just part of the gig.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding. So at the end of the day, I love it. That's why I don't complain about the waking up at 5 a.m. to
Mhm.
open and be here. I
Yeah.
don't complain about waking up at 5 for Fitcamp to make the teas and go there because it's the best day of the week. And I see the joy. At least I hope that's what I'm interpreting. Like I see
Yeah.
the joy of the women when
Like,
they
you don't
come.
know.
I feel like they have a
So we love
time.
you.
I feel like I'm
You
not the only one having
yeah.
fun. Like, it
Yeah.
really is fun. Sometimes the hour goes and I'm like, "Dang, that was fast." Like, it's already been an hour. Like, I could
Yeah.
do this for a few more hours, you know what I mean?
You're insane. 'Cause your driving is crazy.
What?
At
It's
the fit
good,
camp,
so
I
good.
can't
It's so
imagine you doing
good.
another
It's
hour,
so good. Another
but I
hour
know
would
that you would. I can't believe you would.
would be
That's
great.
crazy.
Switch it up.
You're
We'll do
not
2 instructors.
you
I'll
know
do an
that people have to
hour,
use their legs
somebody else.
after, right?
It'll be
The
fine.
people
It'll
have
be
to get
fine.
in their cars
It'll be
and
fine.
drive
Then we'll
and
do upper
walk.
body the second hour. It'll be great. You don't wanna be extra tired after camp?
I do.
See?
I do it.
She agrees.
I'd be the first one to sign up.
So I hear
Yeah.
so you're saying we should do this.
Yeah. If people
This
really
is
serious
on
about it,
camera.
come and get your 2 a day.
This is on
Just
camera.
saying.
Just wanted to let the record show
You do it 2
that she
days?
said that.
Do you do 2 days?
Sometimes, because I have to get my own workout on.
My gosh.
Because if I'm there in the morning, I
That's
try to
not
get
your
home
workout
early
there?
enough. No, because when you're instructing, it's not the same.
But
I have to stop sometimes, make sure that people are
that's true.
correct form, make sure newcomers aren't hurting themselves, answer
Yell at
questions, make
people,
correction. I don't yell, I caress.
hit people,
Oh,
pinch people,
I don't do
trip people,
that. That is so not true. Never
pushing
done any of
people.
those
What?
things. I've never done any of those things.
Y'all, look at this.
I
No.
never done any of those things. I just be like, if I can't feel that muscle in
Oh.
this movement, then you're not doing it appropriately.
Oh my
Simple touch,
god.
correction. It's all correction.
See, no, it's all love.
It's
It's
all
all
good.
love.
It's all love. But no, sometimes I have to go home and actually have my
What's
own
your
workout.
workout?
It's
'Cause
more weights
oh,
involved, not
okay.
heavy lifting. I'm a woman of a certain age, so
Mhm.
it's important that you fight gravity, and the only way to do that is to well, I've
Where
been 29 for about 15 years now.
mhm, would work on me.
I'm
Yeah.
29 now, so I just did my
Mm,
biological age, and my
mm.
biological age was 31, so I'm trying to get it to be 25.
He yeah, like, that's a
I'm
flex.
coming.
That's a
I'm
flex.
coming.
Wait, how do you take this
So it's a body scan that's done.
oh, that's what you're
Yeah,
talking
the thing
about.
I was telling
Okay,
you about,
okay,
and
okay.
just based on that, and of course, some questions about your eating habits
So
and
you're
your
gonna look
sleep.
away when I do mine, right?
I shall not.
That's
I
the
shall be there analyzing with
deal?
you.
No? Okay, okay.
Need to know
So
so
we're
we can
gonna
move
know
so
each
we
other's
can move
bodies,
forward.
uh,
It's great.
ages.
It's
Nice.
great. I think that's a great tool. You
So
gotta
excited.
know these things about yourself,
Mhm.
because otherwise, how do you know where you're starting, where you're going from? You gotta have a starting point.
I'm so excited to
Fitness is all
learn. You're
about
right.
having a starting point.
Suki's never wrong.
I wouldn't
So
say
we
that.
should all just accept that.
I've been wrong. I can be wrong.
I've had my share.
I may not like to admit it, but I can be wrong. My children will tell you my mom was wrong on that one. Yeah.
That's the makings of a good coach though, is super confident. Like, "No, I said what I said. Love it."
Well, that's different, in the coaching field, then I'm not wrong.
Mm, but you said all through you said those 2 years, it was really hectic. What were your summers like then?
Summers were much better, of course, because
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that commute, so you actually got to live a little,
Yeah. Did you actually like, is that the time when you probably, like, got to know more about your environment, PA?
My kids were young at the time,
Mhm.
so at that time, I really felt like within myself that my role was home stuff, you know what I mean?
Got you, yeah.
Taking care of the kids. Summers was for me to try to take them to the pool and make sure I caught up with my house and cook some
Mm,
meals and things like that. I hadn't really found me at that point,
mm,
believe it or not, as a woman that age. I really had
mhm,
not found my sense of self yet.
mm,
And then I also had to reinvent myself so many times over the year. This was another
mm,
reinvention process, you
mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That 2 years was also a period where God was talking to me a lot, but I really couldn't understand what he was trying to say because it just like I said, you're just on that cycle. And I was like, Lord, I'm just trying to get to work
Mhm. Yeah,
and
yeah,
back
yeah.
home, trying
I
to
don't
afford
have
this
mm,
or this commute, whatever have you.
yeah.
And it was a lot going on, coming from New York and just the difference of just adjusting to a life in Pennsylvania that's just much slower and
Mhm.
things are not as accessible. Have no friends.
I was gonna ask you, like
No friends, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there's
'cause how do you meet people?
when you
Even
can't
first of
when you're
all,
really
yeah.
right, that too, and I'm not a club girly, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not a mom group girl. I'm really just me and my kids. I'll take them to the park, I'll take them to the pool, I'll drive them to Jersey, like, that was just my life, you know?
Mhm.
So, like I said, I really wasn't in a space to meet anyone either, so I didn't really have friends. Like I said, I had my family, and that was pretty much it, That's how I lived at those 2 years, just focused
You
on
thugged it
them.
out.
Focused on them.
Gosh.
I didn't think I was missing anything, you know what I mean? And you have to realize I've been a mom since 16. I've never partied. I don't feel like you
That's
can
true.
miss what you've never had. I've never had the desire to do it because it wasn't something that I'd ever done.
Where'd you go from Fountain Hill?
But it was a historic home.
Me.
Historic home is very expensive.
Yeah.
They don't
See.
tell you about heating a historic home. I'll just
Yeah.
say this, the first electric bill was more than the rent, and that's when I realized I was in trouble, and I needed to
Oh,
plan my escape very quickly and do the next thing, so I was not in
my
that historic
gosh.
home for very long. Then we moved from there, we moved to more of, the other side of Bethlehem,
Mhm.
and I had a health scare, and that's kinda where the whole fitness thing developed and evolved.
Did that happen as soon as you moved, or was it happen
It was
during?
short after that. I'm
Mm.
not sure if the stress from the 2 years of that commute and living like that is what brought
Finally.
on.
Yeah.
I really do believe that that had a large part of it, and just a lot of things that were going on in my life that were just difficult, you know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Mhm.
And again, because my spirit is to just keep going. You gotta get through this, like, you can't stop, you just gotta figure it out and keep going. I've never been the type to sit back and kind of just, "Okay, what do you do now?" It's like, "You gotta keep going, girl. Pick
Yeah.
yourself up and just keep on going until you come up with a solution." Just fast forward, I was having, like, these heart palpitations, and when I would sit down, I would notice that my legs would have, like, this tremor, and I was like, "What is this?" Like,
Mm.
literally uncontrollable. So I
Yeah.
was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
I wasn't sleeping very well, like, just things like that, and I was feeling them even more during my commute. And I remember one day
Oh,
I was so nauseous, and I had the urge to, like,
nausea's the worst.
and you have to drive home for 4 hours, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling well, and I really felt like, I'm not gonna make it home, but if I don't make it home, like, what emergency room am I gonna go to? I'm gonna be stuck in the middle of Jersey.
Yeah.
So I literally, like, forced myself to make it all the way home, and I went straight to the emergency room, and I didn't
Mm.
leave. I was there
Mhm.
for, I think, maybe a week or so, maybe more.
They thought that you had
They
actually
thought I
had
had a heart attack, yeah. They thought I had, like, a heart attack or a series of heart attacks, and that's what they were seeing, through EKG or different tests or whatever have you. I guess once they ruled that out, because whenever they treated however they treated,
Mhm.
symptoms were still there. So that's how they knew to just keep testing until finally they called in an endocrinologist
Mhm.
who pegged it and said Graves' disease. I'd never heard of it, ever.
Right.
I've never really
Is it
knew.
rare? Like
At that time, yes.
okay.
At the time, it was something I'd never heard of, but actually rare at the time, I was told more commonly today. Like,
Yeah.
I see a lot of people saying that they have this, or people see it in my bio and they're asking me,
Yeah.
about fit tips or wellness tips or what I'm doing, whatever
Oh.
have you. So, I love to help, not a problem.
Mhm.
So, like I said, just in my own attempt to get myself better, I really, really did not like the way that the medication made me feel. So I just remember, like, just looking for different things, like, and just asking
Physically, did it do mental
physically,
things?
it made me feel like I was not all there, if
No,
you will.
I
You
took
know what I
I'm
mean?
epileptic,
Okay.
so we had to go through a whole trial
Things,
period.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did have to do a trial of different medications, whatever have you,
Yeah.
because there's one, 2 there's the blood thinners at one point, and
Mhm.
then there's the atenolol to regulate the heart rate. Then there
Mm.
was the actual medication to control the thyroid itself and keep it from emitting so much of the hormone. So there was all these different things, and one thing
Yeah.
interacts with the other, but I just wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling vibrant.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't know if it was I felt down. I was like, is this life that has me feeling this way, or is this something
Uh,
else? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it becomes difficult to judge. And the sad thing about that is not only is it poor for your health, it's just poor for your overall well-being because you learn to not trust yourself. Am I depressed and feeling sad right now, or is this the medication? Is this the medication?
Mm.
But this just happened, so I should be feeling sad.
Yeah.
So I was going through things like that at the time too, because there were things in my life that were really happening
Mhm.
that would contribute to me not feeling well, being depressed and being sad.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I had to check myself. Like I said, you learn to like not trust yourself in those moments, which is why it was so important for me to get healthy because I wanted to have that healthy thermometer for myself, to
Yeah.
have a gauge that no, this is sadness. This is contributed to what you're going through. Because
Yeah.
I had to spend so much time rationalizing to myself, like, do you have a reason to feel sad right now? This happened. Yes,
Yeah, that is,
you
like, a
should feel
lot.
it was a lot. It was a lot to constantly be on that hot and cold barometer with yourself because I just wasn't sure at times.
Mhm.
Or, not giving myself the space to feel sad and feel angry when I deserve to, because I'm saying to myself, well, maybe it's the medication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to believe that you're in a space where you're going through what you're going through. Sometimes it was easier just to say it was the medication. You know what I mean? So, and that's a lot of times where that resilience came from too, was just dealing with things head on because I had to
Mhm.
learn to just deal with things head
Yeah.
on. Don't procrastinate,
Yeah.
deal with it and be done with it?
Yeah.
So, I started going to a gym, met a trainer there who was helping me get healthy and teaching me about
She claims
nutrition.
she was tougher than you.
She
I don't know.
she was dusting me. Y'all, she was dusting me. Shout out to Leslie. Leslie was putting the
Alright,
beats
Leslie
on
out here.
me. She was knocking the Mario coins out of me. Like, oh my God, I would be so sore. And she was tough.
Not the Mario.
And she didn't care how I felt, if I was tired, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she was good at what she does and she taught me a lot. And I'm so grateful. She also is the person who put me on the Herbalife products. So she told me about the products. I
Mhm.
was a no
Was
for
that
a
at the
little
first
while.
session, or did
No, this
she
was after just whatever else not working.
Right,
You know what
okay,
I mean?
yes.
So the meal plan wasn't working.
Mm.
I was seeing results working out because I was gaining muscle, but I wasn't losing weight. So I felt like I was getting like
Yeah.
little too
You're a
bulky, chunky.
weightlifter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I felt like too, and I was like, and I don't, out of respect for anyone and what their build would be. I
Mhm,
choose my words carefully, but it wasn't comfortable for me.
mhm,
And I remember saying to her, like, I really want to like lean out. Like, I don't mind the muscle and
mhm.
all that stuff, but I just feel like I look like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we're
It's
trying
giving
this meal plan.
Arnold's,
It's
like
giving, yeah, like
yeah.
it was not it for me. And I also tell myself, it's the condition, it's the thyroid. And it was
Mhm,
to a certain extent that, you know what I mean, as
mhm.
well, making it just difficult for me or just trying to figure out what plan would work. Should
Right.
it be this kind of diet? Should it be a high protein diet?
Yeah.
Or should it be a that? You know what I mean? So to the point that she said to me, she was like, but are you following the meal plan? Like, are you going home? Like, be honest with me. Are you
Yeah.
going home and cheat? And I'm like, girl, I pay you too much to go
First
home
of
and
all,
cheat, first of all.
right.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I respect my dollar. I'm working hard for it to give
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I'm really trying. Like, and I remember crying, like literally, like I don't even know if I'm eating enough. Like I would be afraid to eat because I
Mm,
didn't want to make it worse for myself. But I also didn't have any good knowledge of what nutrition looked like. Like it's
mm.
not the bread that makes you overweight. It's excess. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not chicken or a certain thing. It's the
Yeah.
preparation and how you do things. So I had to learn about
Mm.
clean preparation, clean eating, and all that because I could cook
Let me
my
take out my
behind
notebook.
off. I could cook my behind off, but I didn't know a lot about clean eating because it could be Thanksgiving in my house every day. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's just the way that I learned
Okay.
how to cook.
Mhm.
So introduced me to the products, and I
Mhm.
kind of was a no for a little while, but out of desperation, I finally like I literally went to the gym one day and was
Mhm.
just like, I just give me it all. I don't even
Yeah.
care what it
You said,
costs.
"Give me the
Just give me
package."
the package. Like
Yeah.
just give me everything you got
Okay.
and let's go from there. And the first month I lost 12 pounds. I still was not convinced. I was like, no, it's all the hard work in the gym finally catching up. Like this is all my hard work finally catching up.
I don't know if
Like
that
we're
math
good.
is that math then?
It was
1
girl
month
math.
is
It was girl
okay.
math.
Yeah.
No, but 12 pounds, was amazing. I just didn't
Oh,
believe that it
yeah.
was these products. I was like, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna front. Like it makes things easier. This is very simple, like you said it would
Mhm.
be, but I don't think this is it?
I never heard of anything like helping someone lose that amount of weight so quick, so
And was doing it wrong.
y
I wasn't even doing it
what do you
completely the right
mean?
way because I didn't listen.
Mhm.
I didn't read anything she gave
You
me.
just
Yeah, I was
that
just, "Oh,
looked
you put
good.
this and a little of
Yeah.
that, and yeah, okay, it tastes great." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? As long as it tastes good, I'm down. But wasn't even
Mhm.
really doing it 100% right,
Yeah.
which is part of the reason why I remember saying to her, like, "But I'm kinda hungry." I never added the protein. I just added the base.
Oh, no. So
So
you no.
wondering I'm about to eat my
Wondering why
arm
you're
off,
hungry,
right.
yeah.
So the
Oh
second
my
month, of
gosh.
course, I said, "Okay, let's do this the right way." It became easier because now I was not feeling that hunger, and then
Gotcha.
I lost another 12 pounds. So for me to
Wow.
have an overall goal of 50 pounds, I needed to lose more than 50, but I was
Mhm.
so desperate. I was like, if I could just lose 50,
Yeah.
then I could breathe a little easier.
Yeah.
I just feel better. My clothes will fit better. I don't have to feel like I gotta go wear sweatpants and stretchies all the time. Like I
Yeah.
just want to feel better. I don't want my face to look so full. So to
Mhm.
have a goal of 50 pounds initially
Yeah.
and to lose that much in the first two, like I was locked in.
Oh, yeah.
I was sold because I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this can really happen. Now and if I didn't lose another 12, if I lost
Mhm.
5 the next month, I was grateful to find something that
That it's actually
worked.
coming off and it's not
Yes,
bulking up on you
yes,
anymore.
it worked and it wasn't hard. Most
Okay.
importantly, it wasn't hard. So that's what sold me. And fast forward 10 years later,
Mhm.
I'm now coaching, same products, over 60 pounds lost, up 15
Yeah.
pounds of lean muscle, and helping other people do the same.
Helping hundreds of people do the same, hundreds. I mean, the class is always packed and
It's an incredible
everyone is
feeling.
excited to be
It's an
there.
incredible feeling because I have been doing Fitcamp for 6 years. And for
Oh my
6
gosh.
years, it was not always packed. There was times that
Mhm.
there was no one. I was at that park by
Mm.
myself.
Yeah.
We used to do it on Wednesday, 6 p.m., and no one came. We went through seasons where we had a
Mm.
handful of people coming, maybe 12 people, and then that would fall off. There was times there was no coaches, it was just me for years. And the stubborn part of me just could not let it go. Like I just had a
Mhm.
vision for it and I knew it could be good.
Mhm.
I just kinda sat down one day, was like, "What if it wasn't a Wednesday? Like, what if it was, like, a Saturday morning? Like, let's just try it and see
Mhm.
what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe you work on Wednesday, it's hard for you to get there sometimes to have the energy. Like, what if you just
Mm.
changed it and see what happened?" And I would wanna say a year and a half ago, maybe not even that long, we went from, like, 4 attendees
Uh-huh.
to 12 attendees to 20 attendees to 40 attendees
Because the
to a mega
classes are
fit camp with
amazing.
100 attendees, like
Yeah.
God is good. Like, it ain't
Yes.
me. To He be the glory. I'm just the
Yes.
vessel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So for him to even give me the mind to be like, girl, change the day. Duh. Like,
Mhm.
well, you know what I mean? Stop being so
Mhm.
stubborn. Sit down and listen
You
sometimes.
said it was first during the week?
It was during the week on a Wednesday at
Oh,
6.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, but you still do?
We do, but that's for
Okay.
church. That's to serve our church
Oh,
community, but it is open to
okay,
all. So that
okay.
commitment is for the people who are in the house of God where we go to church, So
Yeah,
that's my commitment to help them serve
that's
themselves
dope.
and keep the body of Christ healthy. It's
Yes.
what we're asked to do is biblical.
Mhm,
Um so that's where that came from. But yeah, it was just an amazing
mhm.
thing. I was just like, I sometimes can't even believe it. Like sometimes Facebook plays those video back and it's like not even 2 years ago and it's like
Mm.
8 of us. We're having a ball, but I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yo, it was 8 of us?" Like,
Yes.
it was 4 of us.
And you did
At one
it
point, there was none of us, like, you know what I mean?
6 years though, like,
6 years.
that's intentional. If you don't know what intentional means, that's sticking it out no matter what because
And I
you
wanted to
have
quit so many
you
times. Sometimes I was like, "This
I'm
is
so
not
happy that you
working."
didn't.
Like, this you know what I mean? I would take a break from it, like, "Okay, maybe you
Mhm,
just need to regroup," or I would just tell myself, "This is not it, like, there's gotta
mhm,
go back to God. There's gotta be something else. Maybe you missed something. Maybe this
mhm.
is not what He meant.
Yeah,
Maybe you misunderstood." Like,
y
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And He just kept sending my behind back into the trenches.
Over and over,
Yeah.
building that up to now where you can face I mean, we've talked about so many different obstacles that you're just like, "Well, I guess I have to do this
I
now."
guess I gotta do this now.
And you
Listen, He
do
got
it.
me this far.
Not Will Smith. I
I
just bit
got me
off
this
more than
far.
I could chew.
I just learned that if He tells you to do something, you gotta see it before you see it.
Mm,
Gotta see it before you see it, because if He says that's what it's gonna be, that's what it's going to be. I saw it before I saw it manifest. I don't know when it was gonna happen. I just knew it was going to happen. I didn't know how, I didn't know
mhm.
with whom, I didn't know if it was even gonna be in the same place.
Yeah.
Like now we the discussions are, "Where are we gonna have this? Because this is not enough space," or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, maybe we need to
But
what could
we're for
right.
sure meeting.
But, like, where is
We
this
need a
gonna
bigger
be?
park?
Right,
Mhm.
those are the conversations, and I feel very honored and blessed to even be able to have that conversation because I know where we came from? So, yeah, but that's how it started, and like I said, here I am, and it's just crazy because when I was a client,
Mhm.
I didn't even know that I was technically
Mhm.
coaching. I didn't even know I was doing the business.
Yeah.
I was just excited
Yeah.
and about feeling good and excited about finding something that worked that I was sharing with people. I would be in the gym like, "You need to try this tea." I would be like, "No, no, like, you need to try this shake. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, do this with me."
Yeah.
And
What's your favorite tea and then your favorite shake
my
right
favorite
now?
oh, that's hard.
Ah.
My favorite shake right now is the salted caramel pretzel, and I put a little bit of walnuts
Ooh.
and shredded coconut on it 'cause
Mm.
I'm the Caribbean, it means a little
That sounds
coconut. That's my favorite shake right
gotta have
now.
a little coconut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
And
sounds
my
good.
favorite tea is a tea called Calypso. Well,
Mm.
again, the
Well, there
island
you
girl in
go.
me, and
Yeah.
it's like passion fruit and coconut
Oh, I
and,
think
like,
you told me about
pineapple.
that
It's so
one.
good, it's so good.
I might yeah, I might have to try the Calypso before
It
I
makes you feel like
go.
you're on a
If you're
beach. I
open, I
got
don't
you.
know.
Of course, of course.
Alright.
I hope you got a lot to do because you already know how the tea gives it up. You gonna go home and clean your whole house.
I got a
You
lot of
about to go edit
editing. Well,
everything.
this is gonna be
So
done
much
tomorrow.
no more no so much for the
It's
procrastination.
out
You're not gonna be
tomorrow.
able to. You're gonna be so focused. Like,
Yes.
this tea has gotten me through, let me tell you, because the
Yeah.
mental focus that it gives you, the energy. Sometimes I think about, I wish I had this tea in college. Like,
It's gonna be Calypso on my fingers.
literally, literally. So I was like, but that right now, those are my 2 favorites. With all
Mhm.
the things that we have and how every month we
'Cause it's a
change it
lot of
up,
options.
but it's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun, and then people come and I believe that they're happy when they leave. I believe that they're happy with
Oh,
the
yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Tastes good,
I
feel
had the
good,
waffle last time. That was
so
delicious.
good. Filling too,
Filled
good for you, full of
yes.
protein.
Definitely.
But yeah, but all of that and is here we are today. And it started with a fit camp. The cafe was not something that I originally thought about doing. They actually didn't
Yeah,
really
what was
have a lot of
that?
cafes in PA. They are mostly in Miami. In Miami, you can
Mm,
find a cafe like mine literally
mhm.
on every other corner. It's very popular in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And it's just now starting to pick up here. So I remember seeing it and wanting one, but just
Mhm.
not I never saw myself as an entrepreneur. It
Really?
was never a thought in my mind. Girl, I didn't even know if I didn't even think about I didn't even wanna
As
be a
stubborn as you
teacher.
are, you
Yeah,
never thought that you were gonna work for
never.
yourself?
There's no one in my family who is doing that. We all are employees, hardworking people,
Yeah.
all educated people. My grandfather was a carpenter. I didn't know he worked for himself because no one ever
Mhm.
said, It's not keep in
Yeah.
my mind when you were a kid.
Like his face
Right.
on it and like
Right. Because when a kid, when in my mind, when I was a kid, when you think about business, you go to like an office, you
suitcase.
have a suitcase, right? Like that's what business looked like for yourself. So for him to be home fixing things, I was just like, okay, so he stays home and he fixes
Yeah,
things.
that's what
Like
he does.
we have a great house. Thanks, Grandpa. Like nothing ever
Right.
falls apart. You know what I mean? And if something broke, he's gonna fix it. I didn't
Mhm.
know that he worked for himself. I just remember
Yeah.
him doing everything in our house. And if a
Mhm.
neighbor needed help,
Mhm.
he was the go-to guy.
Cool.
So I would have never thought of myself as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I was taught that you go to school and employee mindset, you know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm.
And nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I never saw entrepreneurship for myself. I didn't even know I was going to be a teacher. That kind of fell in my lap by accident too. It
Can
wasn't
we talk
something.
about that? Because I think
Sure,
we might have missed that.
sure.
Like,
Because being even
as
teaching fell into my lap. It wasn't
yeah.
something that was intentional. It literally happened by accident. Do you remember? I don't know if this was around when you were
Here we go.
younger.
Here we go.
Monster Jobs. Remember Monster Jobs?
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
It's a while back. There was something called Monster Jobs. If you were looking for a job,
Man.
you went to this particular site and it had an email system, and that's how you found a
I almost forgot
job.
about that one.
Yeah, and you would get all these emails about all the jobs that were in the field we were looking for. I was in college.
Yes.
I wanna say that I had just finished my first degree,
Mhm.
had a
Okay.
baby. I literally
Mhm.
had a baby because I when I finished my
Okay.
BA, my daughter Cheyenne, I was
Mhm.
carrying. She was a baby. Yeah, I think she was a
Okay.
few months old, whatever have you. And just doing that
How
whole
did you
thing.
get through the year? Wait a minute. Carrying while
Yeah.
getting through
I was pregnant.
my gosh.
I was pregnant for, I wanna say quite a few of my
Did you go
degrees.
all the wait, where did you carry to term with Cheyenne?
Every single
So
one.
oh my
Yes, I,
gosh.
like, gave birth, took a week off from school, and then still went back and finished. At college in New Rochelle is where I got my bachelor's degree from, with a major in psychology and a minor in sociology, and I graduated almost by accident too. I just kind of
Mm.
realized I had enough credits one day and was like, "Wait a minute. I was supposed to be a nurse like my mom, and I didn't
Mm.
like it. It was too
Mhm,
much science, and I
mhm,
don't like the science. I could have done it, but I
mhm,
just felt like this is hard. I don't wanna do this, and I
mhm,
didn't wanna do the math. I'm not a fan of math. I don't like it.
mhm. And
Never was
psychology is fascinating. I
it
mean,
was so interesting and intriguing, and
yeah.
sociology was even more interesting, you know what I mean? Learning about
Mm.
cultures and people and, like, the books always had, like, these amazing words and just, like, it was just so
Yeah.
much more interesting than looking at diaphragms and diagrams, and I just didn't wanna do
Yeah.
that. Girl, the first biology class sent me. I was like, "Yeah, this is not for me. You can
The
have
what
all the
connects to
money
the
back.
what?
You can have all the money back." And then the minute they started about cutting things and I was like, "Yeah, this is not for me." It was like, "Try it, you'd be so good." I said, "I'm gonna try it."
Uh-huh,
I passed biology, like, by the
uh-huh.
skin of my teeth,
Okay,
by the skin of my teeth. Then it was anatomy, and I could not get through that class. I dropped
okay.
that class the second week,
Oh,
like,
that's not
y'all
me.
not about to take my money. I said, "That's what we're not gonna do. Imma drop this class, get back
Yeah.
whatever percentage I'm supposed to get early
Okay.
on, and do something else." Like I
Yeah.
said, almost by accident one
Mhm.
day, I look and I'm like, I have 100 whatever the credits were to graduate, and I was like, how do I not know this? I go
Yeah.
to advisor and I'm like,
Oh,
"Shouldn't
you
I be
had passed
graduating?"
it.
Yes, I had extra credits. I'm like, "Shouldn't I
Wow.
be graduating?"
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Well, you have not touched one major course yet." Like, I was like, "Forget the nursing
Oh,
thing. What do I have and what
uh,
degree can I get right now?" Like, I don't know if you noticed
yeah.
I just gave birth. I need to get up out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta go home. There's a whole
like,
day. Let's figure this out. So she was like, "Well, we can take that, change it over. You can graduate with a degree in psychology." She goes, "And you got
mhm,
all these sociology credits, so it would be a minor sociology." I was like, "Bet." She was like, "You'll graduate in June. You ain't gotta come
mhm.
back here no more. You're done. Say less.
Oh,
Say less."
okay.
So here I go to degree, but to do what?
I didn't even know that was an option, first of all.
Mm.
Like, to look and I don't know if maybe my guidance counselor wasn't doing it right, 'cause I know I had credits I didn't need. I know I did.
I had so many
I woulda
sociology
wrapped
credits.
it
I
up
had
real
almost
quick.
another degree in sociology
My
credits. So I
gosh.
was just like, "No, look, common sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord." He just told me,
Mhm.
"Look one day," and I was
Yeah.
like, "125." I was like,
Oh,
"Uh-uh, something got to give." I'm not
yeah.
about to stay here anymore. So I went and they rolled
Mhm.
it over and I was able to graduate. Like I said, she was like, "You literally don't even have to come back anymore. You have everything
Mhm.
you need for this degree. Take it. You want it? Absolutely. Sign me up." But here I am with this degree, and I'm like, "Well, what do you do with this? Like, you go be a psychologist, a psychiatrist? Do I
Why
go
you
open
say
a
like that?
practice? Like, I didn't know. Like, what do you
Yeah.
do?" Like I said, "So am I supposed to go
Right.
be a psychologist now?" Like,
Sort of, that would be my question too,
that's
like
what I was thinking. I was like, "What do you do with this degree?" I was like, "You know what? I got it. I just need the degree so I can get up out of
mhm.
here."
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at home one day and this pop-up comes on Yahoo Mail. For those of you shout to y'all who still use Yahoo.
Pop-ups on
Pop up
Yahoo.
on
My
Yahoo,
gosh.
and it says Monster Jobs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What is a Monster Jobs?" I was like, "I didn't even sign up for
I
this."
remember those
And there's a
pop-ups.
program
Yeah.
called Teaching Fellows, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "What's this?" I start to look. Long story short, they were looking for people who are in different fields aside from education.
Mm.
So they want you to bring your expertise to the classroom. You just need to have the bachelor's degree,
Mm.
and they would pay for a portion of your master's. That was the agreement. I'm like,
That's solid.
I can be a teacher. I think I could do this.
Yeah.
I come from a
Help me with
family of
my
teachers.
tuition?
I could do this. Help me with my tuition. And how hard can it be? What could go wrong? I've taught before, you know
Love
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
I was a teacher's assistant in the past life when my
Yeah.
son was young. You
Okay.
know, when he was special needs, I did work in his school so I can learn how to, help him because I was very intrigued by the therapist
Mhm.
and the work they were doing with him and how helpful it
Mhm.
was. I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
So I went and got a job where he went to school so that I could watch that work up close and be able to communicate with my kids
You
because
love
it
them
was
so
hard.
much.
I still do. He's
That's so
30. He's 30
beautiful.
years old now. He's all grown up. We grew up together,
Yeah.
my son and I.
Yeah.
He's an amazing young man, not because he's mine. I just sometimes think about like, I don't even know how he turned out so good because so many times. Like, come on, I was 16. You cannot tell. I don't left this child places.
No,
I have
real.
messed up so many times as a teenage mom, so I'm just so grateful to God for looking out for him and me, for
Mm.
taking care of babies and fools, okay? Because he was a
Um,
baby and I was a fool. So thank you, Lord, for looking out that he's so well-rounded and smarter than I probably ever could be. Thank God. Thank God.
says the doctor.
He's so bright. Like, sometimes he does things and I'm like, "I wish I would've been this smart at 20, whatever, or I
Mm.
wish at 30 I would have the knowledge and the footprint that you have." Like, it took me so long to figure that out, you
Mm.
know? But he's just a good person, you know what I mean? Kind, everything you want him to be.
Yeah.
Mom, yes, mom. Just a good guy, like what you would want your son to be, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's caring with his girlfriend, who
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
like her,
Oh,
Alyssa.
I was gonna say this is a
I
good
love you,
moment.
girl. I love you, girl. Alyssa knows. She can come to my house anytime.
Put a
She's
ring on it.
awesome.
Put a ring on
It's
it.
coming. It's coming. I really feel like it
Okay.
is, and I'm excited for it. Any
The
other time I would
family
have
like
been
them.
like, but no,
If the family like you,
we like this
that's
one.
good. That's a
She's
good sign.
she's smart. She's
Yeah.
eloquent. She's fun. She's well spoken, and she brings the best out of my son. My son is a bit of an introvert. He
Mhm.
can be a little frugal.
You look
Yeah.
frugal.
You know what I mean? He is
Yeah.
definitely very by the book.
Good.
He is very diplomatic. He thinks everything through. Everything is a
Okay.
conversation and let me think about it, let me ponder. She's like, "Let's live a little. Let's go
Yeah.
to London right now.
Oh.
We'll split it. Come on, let's go."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, "Okay," because he loves her and he wants to make her happy. So, but then he goes and he'll have the best experience. He wouldn't have
Yes.
gone
Thanks.
to London, all
Yeah.
these different places if she had not urged him to do so. So I
Yeah.
love that she's, helping him live better, live more, experience life before they get married and have kids and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff like that, which I encourage.
Mhm.
But yeah, but teaching fell in my lap by accident. I interviewed, and when I went to interview, I knew I was gonna get it. I don't know
You felt it?
why. I just
Okay.
knew. Like, I didn't even care who was there,
Yeah.
who was interviewing. I remember not being intimidated at all. I felt like, no, I went and bought a suit. I never
Mhm.
forget. It's now called New York and Company. It used to be Learners. I went to Learners. I
Oh,
bought me a suit so I can
yeah.
look the part. Went in there,
Yes.
and I just knew. I was like, I'm telling you, I wasn't intimidated by anyone in the room. I was like, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be in this cohort.
Family full of educators,
And
and
I
you
did
did
it.
your
Yeah, got a
first
call back.
one.
So,
T
yeah, but education kinda just fell in my lap, at least, and I
Yeah.
just felt confident about it, and I got it.
Yeah, which you knew it was gonna happen.
I knew I was gonna get that job. I don't know how I
It felt
knew, but
natural to
I
you?
knew. It felt natural. I had worked in DOE before, but in a different position. I had a position, it was called parent coordinator.
Okay.
So, it was my job to work with other parents, not my cup of tea. But,
Like,
I mean, I did it and I
they
was
could be
good
worse
at
for you?
it. I did it well, but it was a lot. It was a
Yeah.
lot, which is why after 2 years, I was like, "Okay, on to the next thing." I went back to waitressing. That's where I always
Mhm.
was comfortable. I enjoyed talking to people, and I knew I could make money quick,
Oh, yeah.
fast, and in a hurry. If nothing else, I knew I would leave with at least $100.
Yes.
So,
On that
on that
day.
day, yeah,
Yeah.
so if I needed something, I was like, "Okay, I could hustle all day and do what I need to do." Tell somebody you wanna go
Mhm.
home early and take their shift, or call and say, "Do you want
Mhm.
me to come in early?" So, there was always ways to make money when I was waitress. So I put myself through college. That's how I took care of
You just
myself.
gonna leave that part out.
I don't know.
Alright.
There's so many layers.
We might have to do a part 2.
It's okay. There's so many layers. Girl, I worked at Friendly's when I was 18. I was a
Mhm.
Sonic girl when I was in
With the
Lumberton, North Carolina
skates?
with the skates.
You
in
can skate?
Lumberton. I could then, I don't know
Oh,
about now. I've been on skates since then.
no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I worked at Sonic on skates in Lumberton, North Carolina, right after I graduated from high school. I never
Mhm.
forget working, and
Uh,
my AP English teacher, who thought I was brilliant. He thought I was the most brilliant, like,
mhm.
student there was, and I used to be like, "Lady, you don't even know, like, I'm in the
What's going
wrong
on?
class."
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the wrong class. She would say things, ask questions. I used to be like, "This is so over my head, but
Really?
Imma make it sound we're gonna make it do what it do," because I didn't even read the book. So
'Cause it's you said it was a effortless for you, like, school was just like
it came very easy and came very easy. So read the book? No.
mhm.
Buy the book in college? Absolutely not. Like, no.
Read the back?
Read the back and get the cliff notes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was me. And make it sound good. And when all else
Yeah.
fails, you put the recorder on the stage and you leave. And then you come back and get it and you take your own notes later on when you have a chance.
A student tips right here.
Yeah. I was an A
Go
student.
A
But
student.
this woman just knew I was brilliant, and I'll never forget the day that, I was so mortified. So
Mhm.
I get on, get the order, scan, I
Mhm.
skate up to the car, the window goes down so I can sit the tray on it, and it's
Yeah.
her. After I graduated senior year, she knows I got
So
into Hofstra
yeah.
University. She wrote my
Oh.
recommendation letter for me to go to Hofstra, and here I stand at her window at the local
Yeah.
motherfucking Sonic, okay? I could I never forget the look on her
Mhm.
face, and I can
Oh,
only
really?
imagine what my face like. I just remember thinking, "You have got to be kidding me," of
Oh,
all
yes.
the places and windows, and she just looked so disappointed. She was like, "You didn't go, but
Mhm.
why would you not
But how did
go?"
she know from that you weren't there?
I don't know. She just assumed I don't know what she thought. I
I
just
don't
remember
know if that
being
would have sat right
mortified.
with me, like, you how you was just gonna
I was
assume?
too busy being mortified, like,
Okay.
"Oh
Yeah.
my god," like and I was just like, my baby."
Did you
Like
finish it out with her?
I just was like I was like, "My baby." I was like, "It isn't
Okay.
something I can do right now." So I plan to go to college. I just
Yeah.
and what probably won't be Hofstra and it probably just won't be right now. I think I
Mhm.
rescind the scholarship. She
Mhm.
was like, "Oh my god. Oh, oh." Like, she just
Yeah.
and she was so disappointed. She was like, "But you can do it." She was, "I'm telling you, you can do it. Just
Mhm.
go, just go. You can do it." I was like, "Girl, you coming to babysit this kid?" Like,
Right,
like,
like
I have so many questions and different things that just have to be worked out. And I was like, "It'll be okay." But I remember walking away like, "Are you serious right now? Of all the people." But you know what? That needed to happen because it was enough. I felt enough shame, if you will,
oh,
afterwards to just be adamant, like, okay, it can't stop here. Like the bucket, like this
okay.
can't be. She's right. Like this can't be what it is. Like okay,
Yeah.
you're working at Sonic right now, but
Mhm.
like this cannot be you in the next. Like
Mhm.
no, you can't go become the manager now with Sonic. Like you
Mhm,
just can't
mhm,
stay here. And there's nothing
mhm,
wrong with that.
mhm.
It just kind of sent the message to me, like you
That's not
cannot
your
stay
path.
here. No,
Yeah.
you got to make sure you okay. And let's just say I didn't work at Sonic very long. That's when I made the decision I was coming back to New York. That's how education came about. It wasn't something I planned. I never, ever this was never
Yes.
even a thought that something like this would
Yeah.
happen, that I could even be the
What was
Suki that I
first,
am
the
now.
cafe or the
Fit
fit
camp was
camp?
first.
Oh, okay.
This is something that I saw people do that I thought, "Oh, that would be cool to do," but I had never done anything like this before.
Mhm.
I've never had a brick and mortar location
Yeah.
or a storefront for that matter, and I was like, "How would I even do that?" And
What was
then
that process like of getting the actual brick and mortar?
it was a lot.
In
And
whom?
but in retrospect, it just fell into place, like,
Mm.
almost
Did you
effortlessly.
find was it the first, tour that you did or
So, I had been looking at different places when I decided I was going to do it. I actually had 2 partners who were supposed to
Mhm,
go in with me. One decided that her heart wasn't in it, it wasn't what she wanted to do anymore, and the other one
mhm,
just wasn't able to do it, and I was like, "Cool," but I had
mhm,
already put my foot in the door, so I was like, "Well, you gotta finish this thing now,"
mhm,
I said, "I'm not a starter, but I'm a finisher," like,
mhm,
"She's
mhm,
gotta finish this thing out now." Came and saw the space here, in my friend's salon.
mhm.
She wasn't using this room and it had been empty. She
Mm.
told me, she was
Oh.
like, "Girl, you don't even know." She was like, "I've had everything up there. We've had lash techs, we've had
Oh,
graders,
okay.
she was nobody who was like stayed." She was like, "I was wondering
And
if it
it's
was
such a
me."
such a cool closed off
Yeah.
space.
She was like, "I was wondering, like, is it me? Because like everyone who
Oh,
comes just don't stay in here." So I looked and
and she's so nice too. I mean
I was like, "This is small." I was like, I was, actually afraid to do anything too big because in my
mhm,
mind, be smart, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Nothing crazy. Start small. You can always
Mhm.
expand.
Mhm.
You've never done this before. Get your feet wet, figure things out. I know there's got to be a lot to learn. I ain't
Mhm.
never even worked in a cafe before. Like, you
Mhm,
know what I
mhm.
mean? So, like, how does this go? No one
Yeah.
is really doing it. So you can't even go and learn from someone else, so to
Mm.
speak. Like, there wasn't a lot of models.
Yeah.
So I was kind of winging it at first. And then
Yeah.
the next you know, it was like, oh shit, it's happening. Like, there's walls.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In their mind.
Right. I would literally come, like, when the contractor was here sometimes, like, just to check in on work, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, we have a door.
Mhm.
We have a
Yes.
door.
No, yeah.
Oh my God, we have cabinets. There's cabinets. Oh my God, there's
Just
tape.
opening
We
and
have
closing
tape."
it like
Right. Oh my God, there's a bar. We have a bar. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just watching, like, "Oh my God, there's a sink. Like,
What
there's
is
a
this
sink."
from anyway?
This. So I wanted to have, like, you know, a lot of times you go into cafes, they have like the grass wall. I didn't want to do something
Yeah.
like that because I'm like, all right,
Basic.
I've seen that a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
See that a lot. So I want to do something when people come in, they feel inspired. And I want people to feel like this is not only where you come to work on your physical self, you're gonna
Yeah.
come here and transform your mind too.
So we
So I
have
saw this, a
inspired.
picture of it,
Oh,
I
okay.
think on Pinterest, and I was like, "This is what I want, like an inspiration wall or something
Yeah.
like this." I said, "So what were the words gonna be?" And we literally use a projector, and then
Mhm.
my friend just stenciled it by pencil.
That's dope.
Yeah, she did stencil. We painted the wall
That's so
white, stenciled with
cool.
pencil, and it took a lot of time,
Yeah.
line by line,
Yeah.
doing this mural. So yeah, so this is where people
Oh,
take their pictures,
wow.
and I feel like now when you look at them, it's not just for the aesthetic. Like,
Mhm.
you have to remind yourself to be
No.
inspired, to be courageous, to have drive, to motivate others, to be strong. Like, there's
Mhm.
so many things that are in this backdrop of
Mhm.
who you can become, or
Yeah.
maybe what you never thought to become. You know, so if you didn't know
Yeah.
you were courageous, sit in the Suki seat. You're
Yeah.
courageous because you sat in the
Ooh,
seat.
wait
Like,
a
you know what I mean?
minute. We got a
Sit
new
in the Suki
segment?
seat. Sit in the Suki seat. And you can become everything you
Suki
want to be
seat.
here Beyond Fitness Nutrition. That's where the name
I'm
Beyond
loving
Fitness came
that.
from. It's Beyond Fitness. It's not just fitness.
I'm your producer
It's
now.
just not nutrition. There's a whole show, a
Nice
whole
to
segment
meet
happening.
you.
Thank you for taking on this
Yeah.
position. I know that,
Mhm.
thank you for taking this task on. But yeah, sit in the Suki seat. Like, it's Beyond Fitness.
I
It's
mean,
not just fitness.
this
It's
is the
come and be
first thing I noticed
transformed.
for sure.
That's right.
Coming
Come
in.
and be transformed. And, like, and when we take a tour later on, like, if you look over there, and we can take them to see that in a moment, is the
Mhm.
vision board for Fitcamp that we all did together
Yes.
when we were only
Oh,
20 something in the room. Yeah,
wow.
so all the girls' dreams and aspirations there. So every now and then I bring it or I remind them, like, "You complaining? I'm sorry, because I saw your word on the
You're not where
wall."
you were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like I said, so, come and be transformed. It's literally Beyond Fitness. So,
Do you ever get emotional about where you are
girl, I
now?
cried the first mega fit camp. I couldn't even
Oh,
believe it was happening. Like, I could get emotional now
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This place I would come in, like I said, it was just so flabbergasting. Like, I would be like
Yeah.
things that are stupid. I would be like,
Yeah.
"This is
Mm.
a hand washing sink." And
I
then
don't
once
have my
product got
tissue.
into the shelf and, like,
Yeah.
things really came together, like, it was just like, I can't even believe God let me have this. Like, it's crazy. The sense of pride that I feel, how much I love this little place, like, it's not even big. It's 400 square feet, and there's just so much love that I feel when I come here. I feel so proud of it, and my goal is, when people come, I'm always like, "Do you like it? If you don't like it, please tell us." Like, we aim to please. I wanna make sure that you have a great experience and
Mhm.
tell other people so they
Yeah.
can have a great experience too. I
Yes.
tell them about Fit Camp. I'm like, this is not just the products. This is not just this. You can come here and you can do a full program if you're looking to
Mhm.
transform your body. If come to our retreat, if you want to just transform your mind, if you need some wellness, if you
Mhm.
need a space. Because a lot of times, especially women, we don't
Mhm.
take the time to do things for ourselves. We're moms
Mhm.
first, we're wives first, we're career women first, we're all those
Mhm.
things, and we give ourselves the crumbs that are left. This is
Yeah.
why this retreat was so important. So I was like, listen, make the commitment to go, share the
Mhm.
room if you have to,
Mhm.
plan for it, pay little by little. Shoot, I had to pay little by little, but
Yeah.
do this for yourself. I would never take myself on a retreat because I'm
Mm.
taking my kids where they want to go on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Like,
the
oh, if this is not
the
kid
business
friendly, then
conventions,
yeah.
right? Like those are the trips that I'm taking, but I
Yeah.
probably would not book myself a retreat. So I'm going to
Mhm.
do this for myself, and it's needed. You need that time away from responsibility, away from the everyday, away from your own thoughts, a
Mhm.
chance to kind of like renew your mind and
Mhm.
just dump. I call it the brain
Mhm.
dump. Just brain dump and
Yeah.
replace it with good things, which is why Fit Camp, when we do breath work, I'm always like, breathe in positivity, let go
Yeah.
negativity. Breathe in all the things that could possibly happen that are good for you and let go of
Mhm.
the bullshit. Like,
I love that one. Yeah.
yeah, let it all go because it's just what it is. It's just something that's taking up space in your mind, in your
Yes.
heart, in your health. that we hold on to because it's a narrative that we told ourselves or someone else worse. So someone else planted.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
let me transform your mind too. Like, let me just give you something to think about. Let me replace some of those thoughts with some good thoughts. Like, and that's where it starts. Fitness starts with a seed. It's a decision to be better, feel better,
Mhm.
and to make yourself someone that maybe you never thought you could be
Mhm.
or that you think you could be. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fitness is so many things. It's not just getting slim or getting some muscle. It is a complete transformation. That's why I said
That starts
beyond
in
fitness.
your
It starts here.
yeah.
It starts here. And if you can just plant that seed and just make that small transfer, you'd be so surprised what you can do.
Yeah.
As I consider myself to be a testament of that because who would have
I
thought,
mean, yeah, I mean,
the things you
you
hear in the South
move.
Bronx, like they said nothing good could come out of the South Bronx. Hunts Point, no less.
Mhm.
That's what we were
Oh,
told
yeah?
growing up. Nothing good comes out of Hunts Point. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
beg to differ, And I have lots of friends who came out of Hunts Point who I'm still friends with that are doing their thing
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
I'm ready for what is it called? What's the name of the
What?
Lifetime?
The Lifetime
I'm ready for the
the
Lifetime
Lifetime series
documentary right
documentary?
now.
One day I'll write a book. One day I'll write a book.
'Cause I mean,
There's so many layers and so many things, and there's so much more, you know what I mean? It gets deep, it gets painful, it gets hurtful. This is
yeah.
an uplifting space, and not that it's not
Mhm.
important to my story,
Mhm.
but, that's a story for another time.
Alright, alright. But we gonna get the story.
You'll get it one day, one
And thank you,
Sure,
first of all,
thank you.
for, I mean,
Thank you.
sharing your story with
Thank you.
us.
I'm truly honored, truly
Mhm.
honored.
Everybody has a story, and my intention with this is that somebody hears it and feels like it's not too late, and that whatever it is that is an obstacle, a major obstacle for them, that on the other side of that may be their growth, maybe their big one, that launches them forward
Absolutely.
someplace they never thought they would
Yeah, I'm
be.
46. I'm just scratching
Mhm.
the surface. Got a lot more years of work to do. God's still working on me. He's still showing me things. He's still giving me dreams and visions. I
Mm,
have the wildest dreams. I'd be like, Lord, how? But
mhm.
Imma trust you to get it done.
But
Like,
that's, like, the biggest part, and that's the hardest part is I didn't even realize how important imagination was until maybe earlier this year,
mhm.
because I got stuck in the mundane and, the cycle of just, days going in and out, and you kinda get bogged down by reality. You can anyway, but like you're saying, like,
Gotta see it before you see it.
yeah. So, what would stretch you to think about, like, can you think about yourself in a mansion? Can you
Oh,
picture
I'm already
yourself?
there.
Not
I'm
you, no,
we
I'm
already
talking about them.
there. We just waiting for it to manifest.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, if you can't see it, just it doesn't mean that, like, you can't or that you should stop there. You just have to practice seeing it. So, maybe if you can't see yourself in the mansion right now, can you see yourself in, like, a mini mansion? Can you see
Mhm.
yourself in a loft?
Imagination is the catalyst for all things.
Exercise
It
that,
is.
yeah. I'm challenging the people that are listening right now to exercise their
Mhm.
imagination. Is there an exercise that you find, like, especially helpful for
Sure.
people?
Well, it's something I do with my students, so I call it dream and do, right?
Mm,
Because it's one thing to have an imagination, one thing to dream it,
mm,
but if you don't do anything to make that happen, then it's just that. It's just a dream and imagination. So
true.
I challenge you. What are you dreaming about? What is your imagination telling you that you can do? Take the first step. If it's a phone call that has to be made, make the phone call. If you need to budget for it, go open up your bank account right now. Even if you know it's in the negative, go look at it and start making those steps. What do you need to do to get out the negative and to take that
Mhm,
first step? Is it an invention that you thought about and you don't know? Go find out how to get a patent. So whatever that first step is, I challenge you to go and do it. And I promise you the rest will follow. You got to
mhm,
get it out of your mind and you got to get it onto paper. So I call that dream and do. And I do that with my kids in my class, even when they're writing. It's like, okay,
mhm.
so what do you want to say? Don't worry about the format of it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about the structure. Don't even worry about what I'm asking you to. Just put your ideas on paper so you
yeah,
can get the creative juices going and then watch how it just comes together. It's like brain dump. Take it
yeah.
all out of here and get it onto paper. So dream it and do it. That's your challenge.
I
Run with
wanna
it.
see y'all in the comment section talking about what you're dreaming and doing because that's what I'm gonna be doing. I have my dreams, I have my little things. I'm not gonna share everything
Put a little
with
amen
y'all,
behind it. It'll
but
happen.
yeah, nah, we gonna be talking in the comment section. Let us know what you're dreaming and what you're doing about it.
Amen.
Oh, there was one more thing.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get my body right. Um,
Listen, don't
what?
you
I'm
better know
not
what you
saying it for no reason. No,
alright, you
I'm
better
not.
know
I'm
what you
not.
asking for. You heard it
Yeah.
here first.
I'm
She better
I'm
not be out
230 right
here.
now.
She better not be out here on Instagram talking about
No,
nothing. Talking about, "Oh, she's killing me." No.
no. I've been boxing and I've been jumping rope,
Awesome.
and I'm not seeing enough weight loss for me. I'm gaining muscle, but I'm not losing how I want to. And if these teas work for you,
We're gonna get
if
you on a
these shakes work
program.
for you,
We're gonna get you on a program.
all right.
Get you on a
Keep watching
program.
because I'm a document. You better believe I'm gonna document this journey.
That's the
You
best
might see
part.
more of me than you want to.
That's the best part. You proving it to yourself and to others too.
Yeah, no. Super excited because I'm starting a journey right now.
I love
And
this.
hey, you got a journey?
The
Let
best
me
part of
know.
the gig.
We gonna get you on here the show. Thank you.
No, thank you.
So
No, thank you for coming to my place. I appreciate it. This is like the heart of me. So to have you
yes.
sitting here and to
Mhm.
even be intrigued and interested by my story, I find it very humbling. So I thank you.
Mm. Stay tuned. We're gonna tour the place. You're gonna see through our eyes B.F.N. Beyond Fitness
Yeah, so you
Nutrition
can be
Cafe.
inspired and strong and be motivated.
You heard that.
Inspirational ain't here for nothing, come take a peek. It literally is what it is. It's beyond fitness.
Let me close this episode. Yo, thank you for watching. Suki here. Stay tuned, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.
One.